This is a Squabble Studios production.
Hello, and welcome to Squabble, a noisy quarrel about something petty or trivial. I'm Carter.
And I'm Jacob.
And today is an episode that we've been wanting to do for a while.
Yeah, since season 1. In fact,
Yeah,
this
you're
episode
right.
is almost something that has one of the things that sparked
Well, I
Squabble.
wouldn't say this specific episode, but the idea of
This
this
topic,
episode
yes.
definitely was.
Almost was the genesis of Squabble.
It kind of was, but for some reason we never did it until just now.
The genesis of Squabble. We should make that into a logo and put it on a t-shirt.
I agree. That sounds pretty dope.
Yeah, it would be.
But the thing is, though, who would win? The battle of the fittest. You know,
Yes.
a head-to-head death match.
Two people.
Between two characters from.
Could be two real people.
It could definitely be two real people. Who would win, Jeff Bezos or
Mark
Elon
Zuckerberg?
Musk?
Oh,
How about all three?
Elon
Right.
Musk.
You're right. He probably has it cyberly enhanced.
He has a
himself.
Cybertruck that he clicks a button and like two like turrets pop out.
You're definitely right. Dude.
Yeah. He's basically built the Batmobile. He just hasn't announced it.
But today, that's not who we're doing. That's not who we're putting head to head.
No. We're going to start a little less strange. One that personally has struck a chord with both of us.
Yeah, which we have been battling
since
personally for
years
a very
now.
long time.
Yeah.
Years, definitely.
And
We've
they
been fighting
are
about this.
Iron Man versus Master Chief.
Yep.
Which I'm sure everybody out there is familiar with Iron Man. Some of you may be a little less familiar with Master Chief. If
Right.
you've played the video game Halo, you definitely know who he is.
Yeah,
If you've-
Master Chief. He is a Spartan from the year 2552.
He's kind of like Captain America, but cooler and better.
Yeah, he's also the reason people like to pit them against each other, Iron Man and Master Chief.
'Cause they both wear
Is
suits.
because they both have super suits.
Yes.
and so they
And
kinda
use a
have
lot of
that-
technology,
Yeah, and
like-
are very technologically advanced.
Master Chief has
So-
his own like AI, kind of like
Right,
how
and-
Iron Man has
yep.
Friday or
They're
Jarvis.
They're similar characters from just very different
Yes.
worlds. So it's interesting. So that's
But yeah,
kinda
so
why
like if
people
you, and
like
if
to-
you've even heard of the video game series Halo, which I'm sure you've at least heard of it, if you know even a little bit about
I mean,
video
there's
games.
like 10 of them.
Yeah,
10 games.
he's
bro.
he's the main character in that series, so or at least most of them. Some of them he's not
Right.
in it, but
Some-
most
yeah,
of them.
Most of them. He's what sparked it. So yeah, we're gonna pit those against each other and see who wins.
Now the thing with Master Chief though, before we really get into this, is he is a video game character. So obviously when you're
Right.
pitting something against someone who solely like Iron Man, who solely exists to entertain and to make you go, "Oh, that's awesome," versus somebody who is designed to be
balance
able, like a rule book.
for
Basically,
other
yeah, Master
players,
Chief is almost
right.
like a rule book, right? He's a piece in a video game, so he's a piece in a game. He
I
can
mean,
only do certain things.
actually, let's first say because there is comics and books, etc.
And a TV show.
But what we're gonna and TV shows of all these characters, really comics. But
Yeah.
what we're gonna do is we're putting the MCU, so the movie
the
version
ones,
of Iron Man,
versions of each of these characters that everybody knows.
versus the video game version of Master Chief. However, we are suspending because a lot of the time in the video game, a lot of his abilities and stuff have to be balanced so the gameplay is fun and not just totally overpowered. So we are kind of stretching that to where this is how it would work IRL for Master Chief.
So
That's for you.
that's very few things. And if that comes up and really gets in the way a lot of the time, we'll obviously say if like, no, this is of course, well, we'll say. So you don't worry, it won't be confusing. That might have thrown you off. But do you want me to start? Because I kind of have something a similar thing you're going on. Mine's more written out.
Yeah, you can.
You want me to read? I think we have some of the same information on here, but I'll start with because I've got a lot of information about Master Chief. So we'll see this. Iron Man's base strength stat. So his base strength is somewhere around 80 tons. Is his strength 80 tons, and that's in his Mark L armor, which is Mark 50, obviously. And that's not even his newest suit, might I add. His newest suit is his 85th suit, which is the one he used in Avengers Endgame. But this information I found was a lot from this one post on a forum of this guy that kind of listed all out for me. So I actually have a few quotes from him, but I'll tell you when I get to those. But this was using his Infinity War suit, which is his 50th suit. And if he's using his Hulkbuster suit, it's actually about 6,049 tons, which as of now, obviously, I would imagine he'd just start in his base suit, which is his 50th suit, or his 85th really is what I'm using.
Okay,
but for
so
that stat is from his 50th, which is an older suit.
Wait, so are you saying right now, him versus me, you're wearing your 50th suit?
85th is what I'm using.
Oh.
But that stat is just
Got
from
it.
his 50th. So if anything, it's gone up. It hasn't gone down, obviously, with a newer suit, but We're going to use that around 80 tons as his base strength. And then Master Chief's biggest feat of strength we've seen in the games is about 60 tons, which is him flipping a tank. And the tanks in Halo weigh about 66 tons.
Yeah, well,
Not to mention, he's not even lifting it off the ground. He's just pushing it over. Well, he lifts it, but he doesn't pick it up.
Right. I actually have stats if you want to hear. I have.
Okay, I think I have the same one. So
okay, so Master Chief's physique, without his suit, he stands over 6 feet tall, weighs about.
How many six? Like 6? It's got to be like higher 6 feet,
Yeah,
right?
it's probably. I think it said like 6'4".
Okay, because Tony Stark is 6 foot exactly. I think he's maybe 6'1".
This is without his suit. Over 6 feet tall, weighs about 300 pounds, and can bench 6 times his weight, which comes out to about 1,800 pounds.
Yeah, which is
This
I
is
have how
without
many
his
tons?
suit.
That's 18 tons.
Right.
Iron Man's base strength is 80 tons. Just putting that out there.
With his suit. This is Master Chief no suit.
Yes.
This is buck naked Master Chief. Okay, still without
No. 6 times is with the suit on. I read that same thing you did. It's 3 times without a suit. He can bench. He can hold about 3 times his weight.
No, dude. No, without his suit, he can lift 6 times his weight. And with his suit, he stands about 7 feet tall, weighs about 1,000 pounds, and can lift up to 4 tons.
Oh, Iron Man can lift up to 80.
Okay. With also his suit, he can run at 62 miles per hour.
Yeah, I have that written down too. So
Isn't that whack?
yeah, I had that written down because I'll read my little speed thing. So I said point goes to Iron Man for strength, right? Like, come on.
Well, I suppose so. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Think about just a punch. A punch in Iron Man's suit goes 80 tons of force versus 18 tons of force from. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, we'll go on to the speed. We can go back to hand-to-hand combat. That can be its own section.
Okay. Okay.
Unless what were you gonna say?
Well, I was just gonna start getting into it. I was just gonna jump over facts and start arguing.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Can I refer back to the scene in one of our favorite movies? I think The Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's The Winter Soldier when Iron Man is fighting Captain America hand to hand. Well, and actually,
No,
Iron Man
you're
is wearing
thinking
a
of Civil
suit.
War.
Oh, is that? I'm sorry, my bad.
I don't know which mark that is. I'll look
Iron
that
Man
up.
is also wearing a suit and using the suit to fight Captain America. And if I recall correctly, Captain America pretty much beats Iron Man in that battle.
Well, I will say this.
And
That's Mark 46, by the way. So it has actually changed a lot. I'll tell you some of the differences, but in that, you can go on.
yeah, and if Captain America, Master Chief is basically Captain America if Master Chief overdosed on the super soldier serum. Hardcore.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
And if Cap, unarmed, can hold his ground against Iron Man, imagine what Master Chief could do, being basically 6
Now,
Captain
I
Americas
will say this.
in
You
one.
have to. I will admit that battle.
And that's
Iron Man-
unarmed.
I will admit, yeah, and that battle, not that Iron Man got completely wrecked. He did. I would say that Iron Man at the end, I would say lost. Right. I would say that he probably lost that battle.
Yeah.
But I will say this. First of all, that was 2 versus 1. That was basically two.
Okay, imagine 4, 5, 6 of them.
No. There's no way that equals 2. Just even if 2 of them is probably equal to about 1 Master Chief, I'd say.
I would disagree.
But
I don't think.
Regardless, the other
Captain
things
America
that
wins that
I have to consider for Iron Man is, one, that was a very emotional battle. Nor was he prepared to fight them at all.
He was
completely out of. Yeah, he was borderline insane in that.
Okay, sure,
Completely into his space. He was
that
not thinking at all.
In that scene, there was no emotional restrictions. They were going at each other, and you have to admit that.
No, yeah, actually, I think that makes it hard because he was so emotional. He was not thinking, "Oh, cool, another bad guy to fight." He was thinking, "I'm going to do whatever I can to just get as much anger out."
Oh
towards
darn,
this."
Master Chief feels nothing.
Yeah. So, but Iron Man wouldn't feel anything in this one either. In this
I would
battle,
disagree.
What do you mean?
Iron Man.
He has no emotional connections to this dude.
Well, think
this
about
is just another person
Iron
trying
Man
to kill him.
Is not Iron Man never just flat out kills anybody in cold blood.
I think he would.
When? Name one scenario. Master Chief or Iron Man would never do that. Tony Stark would not propose to just flat out.
I think
kill
Tony Stark
somebody.
was going to be out to kill Thanos. They did kill Thanos
maybe
and all of his
Thanos.
army. They snapped him away. They literally murdered an entire army.
Okay, but it's different. I think that's a lot different when that person just wiped out half the planet. There was no other choice.
I
but
think
to
if
kill
somebody was you have to consider Iron Man's character. Somebody was after Iron Man. I think if he needed to, he'd kill them.
them, he would not.
No, he's not Captain America. I think if Iron Man it came down to it, he needed to, he would kill him. But besides,
Okay, he
Iron
would
Man
kill
doesn't
them,
even need to
but
kill
it would
Master Chief
not-
to defeat him.
But Iron Man's first choice would not to be let's just flat out put this guy
Okay,
down.
well,
However,
okay.
that is John's first instinct.
John, don't call him John.
That's
Besides,
Master Chief's
even
name,
if it's
John.
not, even if he wouldn't kill him, first, even if it wouldn't be his first instinct, he could still defeat him easily. And let me see this. First of all, the other thing I was going to say is that was Iron Man's Mark 46, which is not his newest suit at the time, but his suit now has many more abilities as it can with his nanotech. So, not to mention also, like I said, there's just so much in that was emotional. Sorry, I'm like burping. I don't know why. That was like not Iron Man's best fight at all. Not to mention, he almost did win. He took down Winter Soldier, so he took down half of him, half Captain America's team, took him down, blasted his arm off. And also, if he had kept doing where he was going, he did wreck him for a little bit. When he scanned his fighting pattern. Right. So it was close. It wasn't like he got wrecked.
I would also, can I go back to that scan the fighting pattern? Master Chief also has that ability, plus some, if we want to jump into AI already.
Okay, well, I'll get there. First, one more thing I want to say about Captain America beating him is, you don't have any stats about Captain America. I would almost argue that MCU Captain America and Winter Soldier are as strong as Master Chief, and that's no cap. I would almost argue that they have, no cap, that they would argue that Captain America in the MCU is as strong as him.
That is unarmed and unarmored and without Master Chief's suit, which is called Mark V for future reference.
Yeah, well, I would almost say that Captain America without that is as strong as John in suit.
Suit?
Yeah, no, I would, yes, bro. Because the MCU, they've upped.
Okay, well, let's skip that.
So we'll skip. Do you want to hear what I was going to say about speed wise? Because this is also a good point. Or did you want to move on with what you were about to say?
How fast Iron Man is?
Yeah, because okay. So I do have it down. Iron Man doesn't have much of an advantage in terms of just straight up speed on ground. Master Chief's top speed is about, you said 60 miles per hour. I said it's about 41 miles per hour, so close, about that range, about 60 miles per hour. In the air, however, Iron Man can reach Mach 9, which is 9 times the speed of sound. That's 6,905 miles per hour. Master Chief, I have written down, Master Chief does have a jetpack, but honestly, and I know we're going to suspend reality from the game, but even looking at it in real life, that jetpack really doesn't do much but give him big jumps.
Well, I'll say this. Yes, he does. Master Chief does not have the flying ability Iron Man does, because Master Chief is basically only propelled through his back jetpack. Yeah. That's how his jetpack works. In the game, you can only go like once every few seconds, but in reality, he would be able to fly for an indiscernible amount of time, for a long time. But you're right, he does not have the speed that Iron Man has in the air.
I would say it's more of like
indefinitely, if that's what you're arguing. Yeah.
Well, first of all, I would argue that he can't fly indefinitely. I would also argue that
he can.
Where do you see that?
That's just how his suit is powered. He could use his abilities basically indefinitely. His suit basically just has infinite power.
Okay, I guess I'll give you that, only because Iron Man also has that. But regardless, I would also say that his top speed generously is like 30 miles an hour in that.
It probably less, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
His jetpack, I'm saying his jetpack really is not anything.
Okay. Yeah.
But
exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe he can go for a long time, but another saying in the air, basically all Iron Man has to do to beat Master Chief is go into the air.
Right.
Because I will admit, in hand-to-hand combat, do I think Iron Man could definitely put up a fight? Yeah. Do I think he could win? Yes. Do I admit that's his biggest downfall in this battle? No. Do I think Iron Man could win? Yes, I fully do believe Iron Man could win in hand-to-hand combat. But is it his weakest part? Sure. And Iron Man knows that. So does Friday. So he's going to go into the air.
Okay, let me say
or stay at distance.
I will say, yes, Iron Man's biggest strength here is aerial battle. And Master Chief does not have the upper hand, if any hand, in that battle. However, Master Chief's the biggest thing that Master Chief has on his side is the ability to play to the enemy's weaknesses as Master Chief's strengths. From the age 6, he was trained to kill anything. He was trained he was equipped with the abilities and the knowledge to take down any enemy he came across, and that's because there was this war in the galaxy, and not even the government that was training him knew what he was going to come up against. So he was straight up trained in everything. From hand-to-hand combat, every fighting style known to man, and that includes alien fighting styles.
Iron Man has that too.
It also he
can learn it in an instant. Friday can think at the speed of light is what I read somewhere, which I don't know how much sense that makes, but that's fast.
Well, I was actually going to say that. Unfortunately, he has to basically explain that to Iron Man.
No, it can take over his suit if he allows it.
Okay, but sure.
Actually,
but
I don't think actually that's a point. He actually can't do that anymore. Jarvis can't. Jarvis,
over.
Jarvis can't control his suit anymore, or Friday is it now?
Right.
Because after Iron Man 3, I actually have that. We'll get into that later, but he can't do that. But what he can do is he can say, this is his fighting pattern, and he can say, strike now.
Right. However, if someone, okay, for instance, if Iron Man, if Tony Stark wanted information, he would say, "Hey Jarvis, what is this, or who is this, et cetera, et cetera." And Jarvis
Friday
would
now.
literally
Jarvis's vision.
Friday would literally have to explain that to Iron Man. Cortana instantly downloads information straight into Master Chief's brain.
He's like Chuck.
Basically,
the intersect.
any information that Master Chief wants is instantly downloaded into his brain.
The thing
Fighting
I will
styles,
say
patterns
about
et
Tony
cetera.
Stark is Tony Stark is also the smartest person in the world. He probably does know a lot about. Maybe
Master
he can't.
Chief is also the smartest person in the world, basically, because Cortana is with him and downloads information to his brain
Yeah,
instantly.
I'll give you
time.
that. Then let's go down here.
And-
We're going to sleep down here a little bit.
Okay, what did you have a point?
First of all, Friday could easily hack Cortana, I would say. Easily hack them.
No,
and
no,
let me
no.
tell you this. And let me tell you this. This is a quote from that guy I was talking about earlier. He was on a course. I'd give him credit here. I'll give him credit. Tell you what his name is. His name was... If I can find him. Here it is. His name was... No, I think it's like...
Jorge.
It's like a username. Oh, no, it's Blake Horner.
Blake?
Blake. So, Mr. Blake Horner, this is a quote from him. He said, and this is... I'll get to what this means. I'll explain it. Even if Cortana wins, and this is talking about a hacking battle... Since Iron Man 3, there's never been any real evidence that Stark suits can be controlled by his resident AI, because in Iron Man 3, obviously, that was the big problem. All his suits got hacked, so that's
Right.
why from then on, he didn't let that happen. They can't control it. Unlike the Iron Man 3 final battle, none of his suits are very far from anymore, as he has the nanotech, which literally is his clothes, and it just turns into a suit.
Right.
So it is entirely possible that he took out that function we didn't need. So yeah, he took out the function. So all it would do to this guy's grammar. All it would do to stop Tony from having an AI companion, which on the ground could be devastating. It could be hard for him not to have a companion on the ground. But in the air, it wouldn't change anything. So what he's saying is, if Cortana was to hack Friday,
Right.
nothing would change except she could, I guess, talk to him.
Right.
But the thing, and this is the reverse, you have to think about this, if Friday was able to hack Cortana, he's dead. Because
What?
Cortana is in his brain.
Oh,
He is a
okay.
computer. So you have to think about this.
I guess
If
that's-
Cortana happened to hack Friday, not much would happen. He could maybe mess with some of this HUD stuff, but if he gets in the air, nothing changes because he's blocked the ability to be able to control a suit.
Okay,
because
here's
of
what
that.
I'll say about that is, I think you're underestimating the how bad it would be for Master Chief, or how bad it would be for Iron Man if Cortana hacked his system. You're saying like, oh, nothing would happen. Are you kidding me? In every single one of the movies, you said Iron Man's HUD. Iron Man uses that HUD. I think he might have to literally just take his helmet off to see.
He's
if
done that.
He was hacked.
He takes his helmet off and he free shoots things all the time.
Exactly. He would have no head protection. Are you serious? And let me.
No,
scroll
he
down
could
to
turn
some
off. He could just turn off
information.
the HUD and still see out of it.
I don't know, dude. Couldn't he? If someone was to hack his suit, I think he would be able to make the screen black or something like that. I think
anyways.
he might have to take his helmet off.
Anyways, that is assuming that Friday could be hacked by Cortana, which
and
I
then
disagree.
Saying that, and my other point was, I think it's virtually impossible for Friday to be able to hack Cortana.
Why?
Cortana was originally built. Well, first of all, she was built in the year 2552. How advanced is that technology? That if 500 years in the future, like that has to be. There's no way. I don't think Friday.
I'd say some of the technology was. I think you have to. Sure, that's in the future, but I think since they're two separate universes, I think we have to assume almost indefinitely that the information or the technology on Earth in 2019 or whatever year the MCU is in is equal to that technology. Strictly because have you
No
seen
way, bro.
some of the technology and the planets they go to and stuff? Some of the
Okay,
ships
sure,
they fly.
but
It's
Iron
just
Man-
as advanced
but
as
you're
that.
saying that Tony Stark is making, I don't know, is building this stuff as if it was 500 years in the future. And although I think his technology is probably the most advanced on Earth and that universe, I don't think it's as advanced as the entire galaxy 500 years in the future, whereas that's where Master Chief comes from. And even if we are saying that it's very advanced, Cortana was built to hack enemy technology in that year, and that's including alien governments. So I think and it's also a government operated AI, which you have to know has more protection and more backups, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, we
than
know that
Friday.
Iron Man does have that kind of technology, as we've seen with Ultron, who did exactly what Cortana. You're saying Cortana does. Ultron had everything in the world, and you have to remember Iron Man built Ultron, and Ultron knew everything.
Well, sure.
So
because
Iron Man
it
has
was
that
like links
capabilities.
to the internet, basically.
Yeah. So is
But Cortana's linked to the internet as well as the government information. As
so
well
was
as foreign
Ultron.
government
Ultron was
informations.
hacked into the government information too.
Was
He got all the Avengers files and like everything. He like got everything, bro.
Well, that's because Iron Man had that on file. I don't think he went. I don't think he got into the
Okay, well,
government's,
He's at least good
archives.
enough to hack things because he hacked into Jarvis in the beginning and took him over, and Iron Man built that, and he's
sure.
hacked over into so many other.
I think if anything, that's a testament to how. That's a testament that
No, 'cause Jarvis-
was designed badly.
No,
It
because
could be
Jarvis
hacked.
fought him back for a long time, and besides, all that's saying is Iron Man's getting better. Because he built Ultron. It's not like somebody else built Ultron. He built Jarvis, and then he built Ultron, and Ultron took over his
I
own
guess.
AI. So that's just a testament to him still.
I suppose.
But regardless, let's get out of the AI. Let's say, because I would think you have to admit this, even if maybe in the long run Cortana won, you have to admit that Jarvis or Friday would put up a fight for a
Yes,
while.
I'd say Friday would put up a fight.
Then in that I think 15 minutes Iron Man could win.
15 minutes.
Yes, let me talk
No.
about durability here. Nothing. Okay, let me say this. Especially if Master Chief himself, especially if we're taking Cortana, not that we're going to take out AIs completely, but even like Cortana wasn't in the mix that much. Iron Man, nothing Master Chief could do would hurt Iron Man. Let me tell you why. This is
I disagree.
Iron Man
100%.
easily takes hits from the Hulk, who punches with the force of 6,000 tons, and has never taken any direct, or he's taken. Oh, and he's even taken direct armor hits from the Power Stone, which destroys planets.
Okay. But you're overseeing something that Master Chief has up his sleeve.
Okay, what
All
were
of
you
his
going to
sleeves
say?
and
Well,
his
let me
phalanx.
get back what I was going to say about Master Chief. So this is durability. So that's Iron Man's durability. He can take a lot of hits. Master Chief's in his new suit of his. Master Chief's shielded suit of armor with his shields, his plasma shields, whatever they're called. It gives him relative protection from small arms and plasma fire, the guns in Halo, guns. Though once the shields are broken, the armor beneath can maybe take 1 or 2 hits before being able to protect the operator. And his shield recharge, but not that quickly.
Okay, that is game mechanics.
Okay, no, you have to admit
I
though,
know. Okay,
the
yeah,
guns in
I have
Halo
that written down here. I have some stuff here.
kill Master Chief in a few hits.
Yes.
And sure, those are advanced guns, but they're still just guns.
And also that it's a game that's a lot of game mechanics right there. Like it'd be impossible to be like, okay, you can pull out a pistol and literally I could wipe out an entire team because I'm very good at the game and I can get headshots every single time. But IRL, there's no way that suit was designed by the government to kill the operator with 5 or 6 pistol shots.
no,
There's
I
absolutely
think.
no
see,
way.
I think the thing is you have to take that into consideration. I'm sorry, I know that's a game mechanic.
Well, hold
but
on, because I can also say that Master Chief in the game we see in cutscenes, Master Chief in his suit literally fell from orbit. In his suit, no spaceship or anything, literally fell from space.
No, he was in his
hit
suit,
the
wasn't
ground and stood up.
he? Wasn't he in his suit?
Yes, he was in a suit. I'm
No,
not
but he
saying
was in
he's-
he was in a pod.
in the first one, but in Halo 4, he fell from orbit, no suit, or I mean, no pod, just his suit, hit the Earth, literally stood up, and walked into war.
All right, that's
And
right.
so
Well,
you have to say that, sure, in the game, there is a certain level of he has this many shields, and if he's hit 4 times in the head, he takes this much damage. But that is so specific to game mechanics because there's no way, because the game would be not fun if you'd have to get one certain weapon to kill Master Chief.
Mm-hmm.
But I have some stuff here, such as well, I guess not about his suit necessarily, because there is not a lot of confirmed information about his suit, like how much damage it can actually take, how many tons it can take, or of damage, etc. But looking at what we do know, for instance, falling from orbit, that is way more than how whatever Blake said here with a few shots with a gun.
No. What Blake? He got a hit from the dude. You're underestimating how insane the Power Stone is. Literally, we see Thanos destroy a planet, which I guess that's all the stones, but it glowed purple, which means it was the purple one. Because you can see, it does
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And he destroyed an entire planet and threw it. And then there's actually a GIF here of him taking a direct hit.
Well, I'm not
With
saying
the-
Master.
See that?
I'm not saying.
He took a
I'm
direct
saying
hit
Master
from it.
Chief would. I'm saying Blake said that Master Chief would die from a few bullets.
Oh,
but I'm
okay.
saying that is
Yeah.
not accurate to what
Fine,
we
maybe,
see
but-
even in the game.
I think and I saw I know that this is very situational, so this isn't the best argument, but I'm just saying there's other things Iron Man can do. okay, well, what I'm about to say is Iron Man can do things to Master Chief that would at least hurt him. I don't think
Yes,
there's
I
anything
agree.
Master Chief could do to
That's
hurt
what I
Iron
was
Man.
going to say. You are putting everything, and obviously you have to, because without his suit, Tony Stark is a sitting duck, although he might be smart. You have to admit, without his suit, Iron
Yeah.
Man or Tony Stark is basically nothing. He can't fight at all.
I mean, he's probably a pretty fit dude. He is actually. I looked up the stats. He's actually like 6'1" and weighs like 200 pounds.
Okay, but if it is naked Tony Stark,
Yes, it was
against
yeah.
Master Chief.
He
there's
obviously,
no fight.
no.
And if we look at Master Chief's abilities, actually, he has a lot of things he can use to basically render Iron Man's suit useless.
Okay.
For instance, we have various weapons such as the plasma pistol.
Plasma pistol would do nothing.
So how do you know?
What? Because, okay, well, first of all,
In the
the
game,
thing with
you
plasma
want me to
pistols
tell you
is
how it
supposed to be
works?
like EMP. He's actually is basically immune to EMPs. Iron Man is.
Well, it's actually plasma, so I'm not sure that has
But
the
it has
same
okay.
technological.
Okay, we have to put. We're putting them in there. The thing with in-game, right? In-game plasma things like plasma grenades, plasma pistols. Their like special thing is they have an EMP effect. It drains their electron. It drains their shields. But so you have to. I mean, you can't just say, "Oh, it's plasma," so we don't know how it would react. You have to compare it, like you said, in real life. These were in the
Sure.
same universe, and they have an EMP effect. So getting hit with a plasma pistol to him would just be like getting hit with another pistol because he's EMP hardened. He's basically.
I don't know though. I mean, okay, I'll say that yes, an EMP might.
And
not
actually,
work
if we're going
against
to
him.
use that, we don't know how it react. I would say, sorry, I don't mean to cut you up, but I just want to
yeah.
add this. I would say, if anything, the plasma would react more like how electricity reacted to his suit in the first Avengers and recharged him.
I don't think that is either. I don't think that would work like that either, because. I mean, it's hard to say yes because like
It's
is
plasma. Yeah,
it's
we don't know
different
what plasma
technology,
is.
and we haven't seen that
Yeah.
used on Iron Man before. But if we are saying that we have, there has to be okay. If it were to work on Iron Man, even a little bit, even for a split second, in that split second, Master Chief would win.
No.
Because without his suit, if
You're assuming that if he used EMP, his suit would go away.
well,
He still
I'm
has all the
saying,
armor.
well, sure. I'm saying though, as soon as that is like when we look at the past movies, like whenever his suit does stop working, sometimes like a couple times when he flew too far up into space and the suit stopped working and he was
Well, that was in
falling.
the Avengers. That was a
Right.
really early suit.
I know. I'm just saying, he couldn't do anything. Like he was so unbelievably vulnerable, and I think
Vulnerable.
and I think in that split second, even if it was a split second, whether despite the armor you have, I mean, Master Chief whips out a Spartan laser. I think that like that's all Master Chief needs is
I
that
guess.
split second.
I think you're also underestimating how much
And
force
that-
Iron Man has, though.
Well,
I mean,
sure,
think
and
about
that's
it.
that's also assuming that it's only the plasma pistol he's using when he also has stuff like armor lock
Yeah.
and other things that are also similar to EMP / plasma pistol.
So the thing we do know, though, about my Master Chief is that he is not EMP hardened. So I could make the same argument that Iron Man could use an EMP against.
Does he have an
Master
EMP in
Chief.
his suit?
I believe he's used one before in the
But is
movies.
it in this suit that he's
I can Google-
that you
okay, I can
claimed
Google it.
that he's
Does-
using? And even at that, so I have a little bit about.
Okay, actually, you know what?
kind of how
I don't
his
even need
shields
the
work.
EMP. I don't know why I'm making these unimportant arguments because literally you're underestimating how strong his hits are. He hits with 6,000 power. What is it? 60, 80 tons of force.
Do you think that's more than falling from orbit?
No, but we've seen here. You literally had it written down. I saw that he can take hits up to like 2 tons or something. Like you had it written down.
No, not that he can. I don't have anything where you can take as many hits.
I swear I saw that in your notes.
You might
somewhere.
have read that I have a bubble shield written down. The bubble shield, I think I wrote.
Okay, well,
down how much
regardless,
it can take.
he can literally take out the Hulk.
Yeah,
bro.
I said the bubble shield can withstand about two tons of force. before
Okay.
it breaks. That's what I.
So,
that's what you
first of
might have
all,
read.
Tony Stark can punch with 80 tons. That's gonna knock him out. Sure, okay, maybe he can fall from there. First of all, that took a big beating on him. It's not
you're
like
assuming
he
that
just
you'd be
fell.
able to hit Master Chief with a punch.
Yes, first of all, I believe he could. If you believe that Iron Man couldn't get one punch in from, then that's outrageous.
But this is what I'm saying that like if Master Chief would Master Chief sees Iron Man, Cortana immediately downloads all the information on Iron Man and Iron Man's suit, etc., and Master Chief goes, I need to stay a little bit. I need to put some distance between me and this guy.
Yeah,
I
put
don't
some
think
distance. Iron Man would
would
win. Then he's got lasers. He can make, also with his new nanotechnology, he's incapable of precision. He can make swords, hammers, shields on command. He has like anything. I just don't think anything that Master Chief can do, any of his grenades, any of his rock, he can pull out his rock, he can pull out a Spartan laser. He takes hits from the Power Stone, which can destroy a planet. I've seen the Spartan laser. He shoots into the planet directly quite a bit. Never destroys the planet.
That's fair.
And he just takes them, and he's able to recreate his suit, especially with the nanotechnology. It can heal himself. We've seen him like heal his wounds. There's just, not to mention, he's the only Avenger to receive recognition from Thanos, saying that like you're worthy, and to say like you're actually a worthy opponent. I'm going to kill you, because Thanos has said he's like, I'm not out to kill anybody. I'm just gonna like. I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing what right. But he was after Iron Man because he knew he was a worthy opponent, and he is also the only Avenger to ever to draw blood from Thanos. Which I know that Master Chief could maybe do that too, but that's noteworthy. He's the greatest with his new suit. He's so good.
Sure,
he can do so much damage.
You're giving me these facts, which I recognize, and that they are. It's definitely like, oh man, that's going to be hard for Master Chief to beat. But then I think about the movies, and sure, he's not wearing this suit in every single movie, but even if I think about Endgame, at the towards the end when he snaps and he's finally stolen all the stones, his suit is destroyed and he is bloodied up.
That's like that, but because
and it's all because of Thanos, and that he's been fighting Thanos that whole time. But what has Thanos been doing that whole time? Basically throwing punches, right?
No, the reason. Well, first of all,
and
Thanos can also punch that.
Yes.
He took out the Hulk. He can also punch 6,000 tons.
I know, but I think with the weaponry and the fighting styles that Master Chief has, I think maybe it might take a while, but I think Master Chief would reach that point as well.
I don't think so. I think Iron Man could get a good 3 hits in and take maybe not kill Master Chief, but take Master Chief down to the point where he has to take a second. And all it takes for Iron Man as well is a second. You keep saying, all it takes is one down moment for Iron Man and Master Chief wins. I think it goes the exact same way. I think if Master Chief goes down lets his guard down for 1 second, which would take one 80-ton punch, he's down.
Master Chief wouldn't let his guard down.
But I could say the same thing about Iron Man. You can't just say he wouldn't. Not to mention, I would argue that Iron Man is way smarter in terms of everything else.
What?
I'd say he's a lot more clever than Master Chief is very straight to the book. He was only taught what the government taught him, which sure was everything, but that still is everything he's done until the first game was from orders.
Following orders, sure.
Yes.
That's not actually. That's not true, actually. Well, maybe the first game. I can't remember. They
up
all
until
kind
the
of
first
blend
game
together for me. But up until the first game.
Or up
that just means the game, the first game.
No, but that means like his whole life he's been training though.
Well, sure, but
he never.
Also, he knows every single military strategy ever recorded.
Yeah, but he's never had to think out of the box.
What?
Until these games started, and not that I'm saying maybe this happens at the end of all the games. But
literally, they send Master Chief in when a freaking army can't do it. That's why Master Chief was invented. Like when the flood happened, basically zombie apocalypse in Master Chief's world, they were like, that happened, and literally they were like, okay, literally hundreds of thousands of soldiers can't do this. Master Chief, will you do it? And Master Chief literally goes in by himself, basically, because an entire army can't do it, and does it for them. That basically is the plot of all 4 or 5 games now, is an entire army can't do it. Master Chief, will you? And Master Chief's like, okay, and literally does it first try.
Okay, listen, at the end of the day, I'm still just saying Master Chief dies in the game, and I know that we have suspended game mechanics, but he can die from weapons. He can die from guns, just normal weapons. I'm sure those weapons are very advanced. It's the future, but everything that Iron Man has, he's just going to wreck him. Not to mention something, I saw somebody make this argument. Like I said, this is the one I was saying that is very like situational, but they said all Iron Man has to do is get a hold, just get one hold on Master Chief, fly at Mach 9, or Mach, however you say that, fly at the speed of sound times 9 to way out into space, let go of him and fly back, and Master Chief's jetpack wouldn't work to get back. He would not have enough oxygen to get him back in time. And he would die. Like there's just things like that.
I don't know how much.
Like I said, that's obviously it's not a long time. We've seen that in the games too. It's not forever. So like sure that one's very situational, but it's just things like that Iron Man would just get the upper hand. I mean, there's just nothing Master Chief can do against Iron Man just going very far back, activating his giant blasters and going at the speed of sound times 9 right at Iron Man with a right at Master Chief with a hammer on his head. You know,
I disagree, and I think it's I acknowledge that if we are saying that, the only reason I guess I think that Master Chief would win is because the technology that he has, I believe, would be more, and I think we're disregarding the fact that that the technology and the guns, even though they look like they're just regular military-grade guns, I think we're disregarding the fact that this is over 500 years in the future. And although those guns look like just regular old guns, and Master Chief just takes hits from regular old guns and dies, I think we're disregarding the fact that that is 500, almost 600 years of advanced technology. Those guns, if those guns can defeat Master Chief, I think they will be a feat to overcome by Iron Man, and I think that's what is being overlooked. Like, for instance, the plasma pistol. You're like, oh, even if it does it a little bit, there's no way that it just does it a little bit. It is alien technology invented and developed for 600 years, and you're saying that Tony Stark invented technology in the year 2020? Let's give him 2020.
Yeah.
Like, I just.
It's actually, I think, 2025 because of the time jumping in game, but still,
sure,
yeah.
I think it's like, I think Master Chief's technology doesn't look like it is anything, but if we really think about it and dissect it, I think that the technology he has is more advanced than Iron Man's, despite what it looks in the games, because it's kind of evened out in the games because everyone's got the same technology. But if we bring him all the way back to 2020, I think Master Chief would be like, "This is it." Like, you're shooting like a power stone at me, really? I mean, that's like not really because that's magical or from a different planet or whatever. But you get what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying, and that is just one of those things we'll have to disagree on because I think that Iron Man's technology would be able to hold up. And like that's the thing with taking two people from universes. These arguments are great to have.
We can't exactly say.
And for the viewers, this you might be confused. You're like, oh, why if they wanted to do these types of episodes so long, why have they waited 3 seasons to do it?
This is why.
Because there's at the end of the day. No one knows. It has to just be for fun. Because even the facts, right? I'm bringing up facts, but unless they're in the same universe, unless he had like Captain America, right? Then we can't compare them.
It's very hard to compare.
Because I can just be like, oh, well, Iron Man's technology would stand up. And you'd just be like, no, it wouldn't. And there's nothing either of us can say to support
I can say,
our points.
Cortana's technology, hacking abilities is amazing. But like, there's not really any way to know how well her technology is compared to Jarvis or Friday because... Sure, we've seen both of them in action, but we've only seen them in action against things that were invented
completely
in the
different
same year, etc. So, but it's fun anyway.
It is fun. That's why we've avoided them. So now you know. So you have to tell us if you like this new format because we definitely have other people. Another one we argue a lot is Black Panther versus Batman.
Yeah, Batman would win. Yeah, and I think that one will be easier because those are kind of set in the same-ish universe.
They're similar, yeah.
But oops, I hit my mic. That's all the time we have.
Yeah, that is all the time we have. We did go a little over, but it's a special occasion.
It's weird. It's intense. It's
yes.
so passionate. But thanks for tuning in. Feel free to like, follow, and subscribe. And you can find us on iTunes, Spotify, anywhere you can find podcasts.
Google Podcasts.
Yep. YouTube, and our website.
Yeah, squabblepodcast.com. It's now in my Instagram bio. I just remembered you could add websites to your Instagram bios.
It's in mine as well.
Nice.
But at Carter the Epic if you want to follow me.
And at Color Lad here.
And at Squabble Podcast.
On Instagram, yes.
At Instagram, yeah. And Facebook. And I think that's it.
I think that is about it. Stay tuned. We're still coming out with that diss track.
Yeah, diss track soon. It is very spicy.
Fantastic, yes.
Really good. Mine's really good anyway.
Mine is as well. So we'll see.
We'll see.
And as we'll leave you on that note, we will snap you later.
We will.